Hello, my fellow unicorns. Today I'm going to show you my collection of DVDs. This section is all about animation and family-friendly fare. I have different types, some Disney, some DreamWorks, and other things. I definitely want to collect more, but this is what I have so far. I'll start right here with The Incredibles. This is a 2-disc collector's edition. I kept the sticker on, and it says it includes the all-new animated short Jack Jack Attack. It's very cute. I love Edna. She is wonderful. I want to be her for Halloween sometime. Maybe I'll be her for next Halloween. She's just so perfect. And this movie, when it first came out, I just loved it so much. The lore, the family, all being supers. And it was just so well done. Brad Bird is great, and I love that he also voices Edna. And Jack is so cute. The first disc is original theatrical widescreen and filmmakers' audio commentaries. On disc 2, we have the Jack Attack. Then we have another short film called Bounden. And then bloopers and outtakes, which is funny because they made that, Then they also have deleted scenes and an alternate opening, top secret files on all the supers, behind the scenes making of Incredibles, and more special features. So it's definitely worth it. If you ever find the 2-disc collector's edition, it's worth it. So yeah, I recommend it. It's great. It's a great film. I actually tend to rewatch it a lot, and at least the first one. The second one, the sequel, it got kind of boring, and I'm not sure why. It was decent, but it wasn't great. It just didn't live up to the expectation. I don't know. It's hard to do sequels, so it was a decent second installment to the franchise, but not much more to say after that. Let's see. I'll work my way over. Over here is a 90s classic film, Bushwhacked, with Daniel Stern, and it says, they wanted a great adventure. What they got was Mad Max Grabowski. And it's basically like this guy who kind of poses as a scout leader and takes these kids on a camping trip. And of course, all mayhem breaks loose. And let's see. It says a bumbling package delivery man finds himself on the wrong side of the law when a harebrained get-rich-quick scheme makes him a murder suspect. Daniel Stern stars as the inept Mad Max Grabowski, who heads for the hills when the cops are on his trail. When he's mistaken for a world-famous scout leader, Max's escape plan takes an uproarious wrong turn. An entertaining, hilarious, and lighthearted film. And yeah, it's funny, and I watched this a lot when I was a kid. Really enjoyed it. I think my husband got this at a Goodwill. Can't be positive though. Ah, yes. The Sandlot. It's one of my all-time favorite kid films. It's not like my number one, but it's like one of the top. I've rewatched this film so many times. It's so great. And there's something in it for everyone. Even my father, who's like 70, he, even he really enjoys this film. It reminds him of when he was young and how summers used to be. You know, kids playing outside all the time, and, you know, you're able to walk outside and as a kid and just be out all day. You know, your mom says, come home for supper, but she knew that you were out playing and you were safe. And, you know, it's kind of a weird thing that kids need so much supervision now. You know, I think there's something that truly needs to be done about that. But the film itself is funny, and I love it. It's just so great. Yeah, it's the 1960s in this one, which is when my dad was a kid. Oh, and we got this at Savers. So I'm glad we found this one. It's a classic. Okay. Oh. This is my favorite Pixar film. I absolutely love Ratatouille. Something about food, and every time there's food or drinks in film, it's very comforting. And this is centered around a restaurant, and I'm not interested in actually owning a restaurant or working in a restaurant, but I find that environment really interesting to watch. Like, I find it interesting to watch people cook. I love to eat food. I'm a big foodie. And I also love to watch, like, Kitchen Nightmares and things like that. And I also watch other cooking shows on YouTube. And so Ratatouille is just one of those films that's just such a classic. This is like part of Pixar's heyday, and it's so well done. I love the message, anyone can cook, because that kind of message, like anyone, you can do anything if you set your mind to it, even if you're a small little rat, you know. So it's just kind of an uplifting, nice film. I love the bond between the rat and the chef guy. It's just so good. And then this guy the bad guy, he looks like Gollum. He kind of reminds me of Gollum. Yeah. And again, this is Brad Bird, so he's such a great director. And he also co-wrote it, wrote it. It's a screenwriter and director, Brad Bird. So he is just so very talented. And basically, anytime this movie's on or available on a streaming platform, I'll just watch it. It's just so comforting. It's just one of those films. Of course, I have to have a 2-disc collector's edition of The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is a great film. And look, this is like, oh, I won't press too hard. Kind of not squishy, but it pops out. So I really appreciate this. I got it for Christmas, and I did not ask for the collector's edition, but when I asked for it, I guess my parents thought, oh, this packaging looks nice. So they got me the collector's edition. I was so thankful that they did. And, okay. So here's a digital copy, and then the disc 1 and disc 2. But everything about the the packaging is just designed really well, so I appreciate that. And it has a bunch of bonus features. So it says, "What's this? Jack's Haunted Mansion Holiday Tour. Frankenweenie with new introduction by Tim Burton." Frankenweenie's the uncut version, which actually I still have not seen, believe it or not. They also included Vincent, which is a short film. Then Tim Burton's original poem, narrated by Christopher Lee. So that's interesting. Then they have a all-new audio commentary by Tim Burton, director Henry Selick, and music designer Danny Elfman. Then they have behind-the-scenes making of Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, the worlds of Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, deleted scenes, storyboard to film comparison, or then original theatrical trailers and posters. So lots of bonus features, I believe, that are on the second disc. So that's really cool. These collector editions, in my opinion, back in the day were really well thought out. I love when studios make collector's editions of each film, because it just, any more information you can give to your audience, whether it's deleted scenes or any sort of bonus feature, it just kind of makes us dive deeper into the film, and I think that's so important to do, because film is such an important medium, and it's just sad that lately, in this day and age, it's been devalued so much, but I still really cherish it. So, okay, this one's an interesting one. Monster House. My husband saw this like on sale. It was like at a very good price, and so he was like, "I just gotta get it." Oh, I think it's because it's a Robert Zemeckis and Steven Spielberg film, and I can't remember why else he wanted it, but yeah. So he got it. I have not seen this movie, so there's not much I can say about it other than my husband wanted it and he got it. Alright, over here I have Finding Nemo. So this is one of the movies that made me fall in love with Pixar even more. I liked them with Toy Story, but I really connected with Pixar after this film came out. Say what you want about Ellen DeGeneres now, but she was hilarious, a story in the film, and it's just such a great story about dealing with different mental health issues and stuff, like all the fish, a whole bunch of everybody just kind of had issues, and despite that, they didn't let their issues hinder them or their ability to not only survive but thrive. So I really enjoyed that message, and I also love the messaging of, when life gets you down, what do? Just keep swimming, swim, swim, swim. But anyway, this is a great film. Love it. And of course, I had to get Monsters, Inc. Another great Pixar film. It's a classic. The sequels were okay, but this one was great. I also saw Monsters University, and it was okay. I really like this one, and Boo is just so cute. cute little girl. They really captured the essence of the little girl, so that was great. And it's just such a nice premise of switching over from monsters scaring kids to monsters entertaining them and making them laugh, and how laughter and positive energy are way more powerful than negative energy. So it was just a really cool thing. Again, it's all about the messaging and the lessons, and that's what I really enjoy about animation and family films, is that they put good messages in them, or at least they used to. So this is great. I love it. I also love that lady. I'm watching you, Wazowski. She's great. Okay, I'm going to work my way from left to right. Here I have Diary of a Wimpy Kid 1, 2, and 3. I fell in love with these. I had never read the books, but I heard of them. And I don't know why. For whatever reason, my husband and I wanted to try this film. Actually, I think we got it on Redbox, if I'm not mistaken, back when Redbox was like kind of popular. And we saw it and we were like, hey, this is really good. And I think the reason why we saw it was because we wanted to see something more wholesome and uplifting. And so we're like, what's a family movie that we should try? And then like this had came out. What year was this? Okay, so this came out in 2010, but we did not see it in 2010. We saw it like, I don't know, maybe 2013 or I don't know, some years later we saw it. But after we saw the first one, we fell in love. I highly recommend these because it's just nice to see a united family. They don't always get along. And also, I love how the actors who play the parents, it's, where is it? Steve Zahn. And I think it's Rachel Harris. Rachel Harris was also in the Hangover movie, but her playing a mom was so good. I mean, she's very believable as a mom. And then Steve Zahn, like the way they approached it, they're funny, but they don't treat it like a family movie, if that makes any sense. Like, they take it seriously, and they don't try too hard, and they're still really funny. And so you can enjoy this movie as a kid or as an adult. It's something great for the whole family. So I appreciate that. And I think of the three, my favorite is Roderick Rules. I love the rivalry between the two, and the ending with the concert. It was so great, and just like, it's all about rock and roll in this one. And then Greg falling in love with her. I can't remember the actress's name, but that's the girl from Cobra Kai who plays Tori. So it's so funny because she's so young in this one. And the guy who plays Roderick, he's really funny too. But yeah, basically, the first one is where Greg Heffley starts middle school. The second one is he's in 7th grade, and he's now in his second year in middle school, but there's some issues with his brother. And a new girl, pretty girl comes to town. And then the third one is the summer. So it's the summer before 8th grade, and Greg is trying to have the best summer ever, but instead it gets filled with a bunch of chaos, which is great to see. I like this one a lot too. Okay, here I've got Ponyo. This is by Studio Ghibli. I used to think it was Ghibli, but it's Ghibli. And I love this one, and I can't believe the voice talent in this. So many big names. You got Kate Blanchett, Noah Cyrus, Matt Damon, Tina Fey, Liam Neeson, Lily Tomlin, and Betty White. All of these names in here are huge. And I'm such a big fan. This is one of my favorite Studio Ghibli films. And it's basically sort of like The Little Mermaid. And Ponyo, she somehow gets legs and she falls in love with a human boy. And he promises to take care of her. And somehow she stays a human. But she's like a little goldfish princess. It's like really cute. It's very imaginative, and I just love Studio Ghibli. They tell such great and interesting stories. I only, unfortunately, have 2 DVDs by this studio, but I want to get all of them. Like, one day, I'm going to have all of them. And I've even watched documentaries about Hayao Miyazaki, and it's just really, they're very comforting. I love watching them. There's another great family film, Leave It to Beaver, and this one was made in, 1998. What's weird about this one is that it's made in the 90s, but the family kind of dresses like the 50s. Like you get the 50s quintessential Americana type of vibe. And the boy was so cute. And overall, it was just a great film. It's funny, and I don't know what it is. Sometimes you just need some cheesy, family-friendly movies to cheer you up, or to be not necessarily inspired, but comforted. This one's really good, with Bruce Willis, the kid, where it's him from a young age. Like, I think somehow his younger self, he meets his younger self and learns a bunch of lessons about the choices that he makes in his life. And yeah, I really like it. It's Abigail Breslin's brother, Spencer. So Spencer Breslin is in this. And it's funny that they don't show a picture of him on the DVD art at all. But anyways, this is a decent film. I don't watch this as often, but my husband loves this film, so he tends to rewatch it a little bit more than I do. But it's still a good film, and it's just a shame what's happened to Bruce Willis with his aphasia. To lose the ability to communicate and understand language. It's just incomprehensible. Like, I can't believe that's a disease that happens. It's crazy. Yeah, but anyway, good film, good work, good acting. Alright, I need to get the rest of this franchise, but I have Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. When I was younger, I watched this one a lot. I really enjoyed it, but yeah, I need to get Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. That's another one. Rick Moranis, such a wonderful guy. Like, he seems so nice, you know? Like, he seems like the actor that he portrays. And then this one's one of my favorites, Jumanji. It's a great family-friendly film, and it's a classic. I love this movie so much. You've got Robin Williams, which automatically makes it a classic because I feel like all of his films are just so good. I don't feel like he's ever done a bad film. Like, I haven't seen him in a bad film. I think later on in his career he did a show that flopped, but I don't think I've ever seen him in a bad film. This movie was so cool, how it grasps your imagination, the game. I think there is a board game now. I think they actually came out with a board game at the time, and I've always wanted to get it, and now I get now I have a reminder to get it, you know. I would rewatch this so many times when I was younger, and I would love to watch it with friends. Like, I would invite some of the kids from my neighborhood, or if I had a sleepover, this would be one of the movies we would watch. Not every time, of course, but it would be one of them. This is A Bug's Life. I like this one a lot. It's very, very well done. I love that the ladybug's a guy. I love all of these bugs from, I think it was like a bug circus or something. I haven't seen it in a very long time, but this is great. Yeah, this is another one that I think is a classic, just classic Pixar. There is another one, it was Ants and Bug's Life, that came out around the same time, but I prefer this animation to Ants because it looks more inviting, and I feel like the animation in Ants was just kind of more cold. It's hard to explain, but I think the big eyes and putting more, like, I don't know, the eyes look real. There's a realness to them, so it humanizes them, the characters, and the colors, the bright colors, versus Ants, they kind of try to make it a little more realistic in a way, but it made it more cold, if that makes any sense. Then my husband got this one. I think we got it at a Savers, and it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't really say. There's something on the back here, so maybe I'll get that. Okay, it was just put on wrong. So it says it includes 4 never-before-seen episodes. These are the first animated episodes that tell the origination of Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Donatello. Once tiny pet store turtles, an accident hurls them into the city sewer, where mutant goo transformed them into something else. Fighting for good against the malevolent Shredder and his Technodrome, these pizza-eating daredevils are a funny, phenomenal foursome. So then it's featuring Turtle Tracks, Enter the Shredder, A Thing About Rats, Hot Rotting Teenagers from Dimension X, Shredded and Splintered, and 4 never-before-seen episodes. So it's from 1987, which is crazy. And then fully animated for ages 5 and up. Wow, 1987. I want to get the live action ones. The live action DVDs. I think there's 3 of them. I want to get them so bad, because those were my favorite. Okay, I fixed it so that the wraparound case or cover is in the right spot. So yeah, that's cool. Here's my other Studio Ghibli film. It's My Neighbor Totoro. And it's got Tim Daly, Dakota Fanning, Ellie Fanning, and Leah Salonga. And I love this movie so much. There's so much I can say about the illustrations, the characters. Hayao Miyazaki really captures the spirit of the child so well. And it's one thing to do it in a 3D film like a Pixar, but it's quite another task to do it in anime, which is 2D. And it's wonderful. I love this story, and I love Totoro. Totoro's so cool looking and cute at the same time. And I just love this. I have a poster of My Neighbor Totoro that I'm going to hang up sometime. And yeah. But I have to frame it, so I need to buy a frame and I need to pick a spot for it, but it's definitely going to go in my office. This one my husband got, the Polar Express. He mainly got it because he's a Robert Zemeckis fan, and even though the movie's annoying, certain aspects of it are not that great. He knows it's flawed, but at the same time, sometimes it's a little bit nice to watch. And it does have a lot of special features here because it has 2 discs, and they have a whole bunch of behind the scenes and extra things that they put in here. They even have a PC game demo, and yeah, a whole bunch of stuff that they put in here. So they put a lot of effort into it, at least. So I appreciate that. But yeah, my husband was the one who got this one. I personally don't like the Uncanny Valley look, and I never really saw the film. And a couple of times, over the years, my husband has put this on from time to time, and if I'm there, every time, I fall asleep. I can't stay awake for it. I don't know. I just don't like it. Okay, I got these 2 at, I believe it was Savers. But Shrek and Shrek 2, I was thinking about getting the other sequels just to complete the set. And I probably should, but I only watched these 2. Like, I've seen the 3rd one, and it was okay. And I think I saw the 4th one, but they just were not as good as the first 2. In fact, I even love the second one more than the first one. And I love the characters very much. Mike Myers is perfect, and his Scottish voice is perfect for Shrek. And Eddie Murphy is perfect for Donkey. And then, of course, Antonio Banderas is so great for Puss in Boots. And then we've got Cameron Diaz for Fiona. Just what a great bunch. And then I love the other characters that hang out with them, like Pinocchio and Gingerbread Man, or Gingy, and the pigs and the wolf. Like, they're all so funny. Oh, and the blind mice. I get a kick out of these guys. They're so, like, dysfunctional, sarcastic, silly. I just really love Shrek. I love Kung Fu Panda. I have to get all the sequels on DVD, but the first one is so great. And Jack Black just nailed it. All the characters are really good. But the story and how he learns Kung Fu and how he becomes a Kung Fu master is just great. And the fact that he's a foodie as well, I can relate to that. And yeah, there's so much to unpack about this. I love that his dad is a duck. And he's like, am I adopted? Just everything about this, like the comedy that they put in this is so great, and then mixed with kung fu, just like mixed with kung fu and food, like definitely noodles, dumplings. I love it, all of it. Alright, we're down to our last three. I've got Madagascar. I can't remember. I think they made a sequel, but the first one was just okay. I did not see this. If there was a sequel, I did not see it. But I like the first one, but for some reason I don't watch this one as much. This is another DreamWorks one, and for whatever reason I just don't gravitate to it, even though I really liked it when I saw it. And I have seen it multiple times when it came out, but I don't know what it is. I like the penguins, and I like this lemur guy, because he sings that, I like to move it, I like to move it. He sings that song, and that was great. They have the all new I Like to Move It music video. And then they even have a penguin commentary as they give you their unique take on their role in the film. So I love that they do that. Make it seem like the penguins are actors, but like that's just so funny to me. And then let's see, they have games, and they have behind the crates, which is basically like behind the scenes. Just basically a lot of fun like games as special features. Then next up we have Ice Age, and this is a special 2-disc edition, and it includes the animated short film Scrat's Missing Adventure, and I think that's Scrat, that squirrel. I like this film a lot, the first one. I have seen the sequel. I think the second one, I can't remember which one, is where the mastodon, there's a girl mastodon, and they like fall in love or something. Can't remember. But there's way too many sequels to keep up with, and I don't really remember the sequel very much. I just vaguely recall there was a girl mastodon then, but I did love the first one. Johnny Leguizamo's voice for Sid is really funny, and Dennis, Larry, and Ray Romano. Those are 3 very distinct voices for the film, and I think they work perfectly. And the first one was really good, like taking care of this little baby and trying to get him back to his kind. It's just such a feel-good film. I don't know. What else can I say about that? The animation of it is pretty unique, but I like it. So I really enjoyed it when it first came out. Yes. Another Pixar classic. We have WALL-E. It's really weird when I watch this film because I really feel like that could be our future if we're not too careful. Obviously, there's lots of things that this movie hits upon, like over pollution and consumption, and then an over reliance on AI and robots, which I think is coming. It's happening right now, and it's gonna happen really fast. They even talk about having robots to help us cook and clean, and automating serving food and things like that. Like, we're gonna rely on so many machines. The future's gonna be crazy. And then when you see the people, the humans in this world, and they're all morbidly obese, they're in hover chairs and stuff. It's like really, it's so bizarre, but it's such a great film. And Wally's so sweet. I love his look and how dedicated he is to Eva. It's just great. And I love how he always makes friends with all the robots around him, or humans too. He kind of makes friends with everybody around him. So, this is really cool. I really like this film. But anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed looking at this section of my DVD physical media collection. I'm going to continue to do more. I have a whole section on comedies. I have a section on dramas. I have a section on kind of like action / crime dramas. So more videos coming out. I'm going to show you my entire collection, and then sometime down the line, if I have more like a DVD haul, I'll do another video then, because I'm always collecting these, so it'd be fun to show you guys. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night.